You guys, Cole Labrant is being called out for homeschooling his kids after he embarrassingly exposed himself on TikTok, literally proving he does not have the brains to homeschool a goldfish, let alone kids. Honestly, if this is how he manages their homeschooling, we should all be deeply concerned about the future of our society. This is a disaster in the making, guys, and we have to talk about it. And loves, without a beat, let's get into the meat. Y'all remember when Cole and Savannah announced that they would be pulling Everleigh out of regular school to homeschool her instead because they needed her at home more to help babysit their third kid who was on the way? There's an update on how this whole thing is going, and let's just say Everleigh is more of a babysitter than a kid being homeschooled. You see, Cole Labrant's parenting style is literally a constant reminder of why all children deserve parents, but not all parents deserve children. For a guy who built his entire empire on the backs of his poor kids, instead of working like a responsible adult, literally using them as his golden ticket to fame, Cole Labrant has once again proven what people have been saying all along, that the only thing he's good at is being an attention-seeking, fame-hungry, clout-chasing, grown adult, and nothing else. The recent video perfectly puts into perspective the fact that had it not been for his kids, Cole would be as good as a one-legged man in a kicking contest, completely outmatched and useless. And please don't get me wrong, it's not that Cole doesn't have the time to teach his kids things that really matter. His business and livelihood revolves around filming those kids, all the way from their pregnancy announcement, birth, first poop, first tooth fall, and literally everything they do. Unfortunately, when your parents are using you as a cash cow, they forget that they need to do important stuff like get you a quality education. No, seriously, how do they maintain their lavish lifestyle if the kids have to go to school? And to make matters worse, neither Cole nor Sav have learned the most basic skills in life. And that's why he has to keep using their kids, otherwise they would die of hunger and starvation. Alright, enough of the rant, but I thought it was important to paint the true picture of how things are thick at the Labrants and proof that their kids are painfully paying the price. You're probably wondering what might have gone wrong. I'll explain. So recently, Cole Labrant had a lot of people questioning both his level of education and the depth of learning he gives his kids. A lot of people are even more concerned that in the end, his kids might end up coming out of the homeschooling system shallower than most celebrities' Instagram posts. So on to the matter at hand. Cole needs no introduction, and neither is his long history of controversies. That said, we won't get deep into the disturbing nature of their content because by now everyone knows what family channels do in terms of exploiting their own children. The only effort they probably put in is making more children because that translates to more money. It's always the same script across all family channels, including Cole and Sav, who are currently on baby number 5. They have announced that they are done having babies, but only time can tell, guys. Most people believe that if they are truly done having kids, then maybe they've figured out a way to cash in on their current kids, or they might adopt more kids in the future to enrich their content. And yes, they recently talked about adoption in the future. Don't be fooled. It is not out of humanity, guys. Content must be shot because YouTube money must be made. Anyways, as I had said, I won't dig deep into the rabbit hole to bring out their shitload of controversies. But remember, the Labrant family may have millions of adoring fans worldwide, but they are no strangers to backlash. From their questionable personal beliefs to their shameless use of clickbait and misleading headlines, they've stirred up plenty of controversy. For y'all to understand the latest saga, I will bring up a few seriously disturbing ones that have stood out over the past, which is a clear indication that even if we all move to Mars, Cole will never stop clout chasing. Arguably, their most outrageous scandal was their so-called documentary they posted in 2021 with the title, "She Got Diagnosed with Cancer." The drama kicked off right from the thumbnail, which featured Cole, Savannah, and their 3 kids holding hands in the backyard, a setup that left many viewers convinced that one of their daughters had been struck by cancer. But here's the kicker. The video wasn't about any actual diagnosis, it was just their fear that Posey might have cancer. And within the first 10 minutes, they revealed that Posey was completely cancer-free. The "she" in the title apparently referred to other families they discovered were battling childhood cancer, not their own. They eventually changed the thumbnail to show Cole leaning over another child's sickbed, but by then, the damage was done, and people were furious. During the 2018 Californian wildfires, the Labrants uploaded a video with the title, "We left our house because of fires in California," featuring a thumbnail of Cole, Savannah, and Everleigh looking terrified with a fiery mountain photoshopped behind them. But here's the twist. There was no mandatory evacuation, and the family wasn't in any real danger. They chose to leave simply because their daughter was scared of the fires. Needless to say, this left a lot of viewers feeling duped and furious. In 2022, the Labrant family sparked another wave of outrage with a documentary they posted about when this topic was extremely polarizing in the US. In the video, they made a shocking comparison between the number of in America and the which didn't sit well with a lot of people. After Everleigh's biological dad Smith passed on, the Labrant family decided to sell their home in California and splurge on a multi-million-dollar estate in Tennessee. Interestingly, it's reported that only Cole's name appears on the deed for the property, which is said to have cost around $4.5 million. Plus, people felt that this was a wrong move as they were overwhelming Everleigh with so many drastic changes at once and still forcing her to film when she clearly needed time to process losing her father. So this is where our topic lies, because it's more like checking their so-called homeschooling progress. When Everleigh was just 9 years old, the couple announced they were pulling her out of traditional school to homeschool her. While homeschooling itself is a hot topic, it was their reason for doing so that really got people riled up. Savannah admitted that she wanted Everleigh at home to help out with the new baby once it arrived, and the couple confessed that they hadn't thought much about the demands of raising 2 kids before deciding on this plan.
Another baby coming too, like it's nice having an extra pair of hands around the house, even if it's a 9-year-old.
Well, loves, as I hinted earlier, we've got an update on how the homeschooling is going. And let's just say Everleigh is playing babysitter more than she's actually being homeschooled. So recently, Cole posted this video on his TikTok, and immediately people started calling him out. It's nothing serious, just him and poor Everleigh, as always, getting used. The video is captioned, "What we wear on our first week of homeschool." Obviously, Everleigh was the student and Cole posed as the principal. And that right there, guys, is where the drama started. People were quick to point out that that wasn't the correct spelling for principal as the headmaster of a school. Ideally, this shouldn't have been such a big deal because seriously, who doesn't make spelling mistakes, especially with homophones? Oh, by the way, homophones are 2 words that sound the same but are spelled differently. Ugh. Cole now has us back to English lessons. This was obviously the wrong spelling for the principal he was referring to, and people pointed it out for him to change it. But if you thought Cole took it as a slight error and moved past it, Cole has never been the one to challenge, even if he's clearly on the wrong. Would you believe that instead of fixing such a small thing, Cole made the situation worse? He wrote, "We spell it principal where we live." Cole? Please sit down. No, seriously. Sit down and shut up. Seriously, why is he embarrassing himself like that? This was so unnecessary. Like, we all make these kinds of mistakes. I, for one, remember how I used to confuse break and break every damn time. What kind of father is this who would rather lie than accept a simple oversight? Anyways, as you might have already guessed, Cole drew unnecessary attention to himself, and let me tell you, people had a field day mocking him. To the point that people brought up the whole homeschooling thing, and they were genuinely concerned that if Cole couldn't spell that and defended his wrong spelling as if his life depended on it, why was he homeschooling his children? Y'all know how people of the internet are. They can humble you. Cole had people Googling and sending him screenshots of the difference between principal and principal. It's actually very funny that that response was the best he could do. Honestly, when releasing a video about how you teach your children, expect people to be keen on everything, including spelling and grammar and English. It totally makes sense that they brought this up. It's even weird that nobody suggested he take it down and repost it with the correct spelling. If you've followed Cole for a while, then you know how bad he likes being right. He'd rather rewrite the entire dictionary than admit that he was wrong. The video is still up, guys, and he never acknowledged his mistake either. Also, is it just me, or y'all believe Everleigh knows the difference? The comment section was sending me, guys. He got the roast of a lifetime. Please, my brain cannot handle handle you misspelling principal. Did I miss something? I had no idea Cole was a principal. There is not one region in America where principal and principal are interchangeable. Cole even made people living in Tennessee like him come out to dispute his claim. No, I live in Nashville and we spell it principal. I'm in Memphis. It's principal in all of Tennessee and anywhere English is spoken/written. Some were concerned about him being his kid's grammar teacher when he is the one willing to go to war defending a wrong answer. Please tell me you hire tutors. It's quite unlikely that Cole and Sav have tutors. Cole always comes off as Mr. Know-It-All, so maybe he doesn't even see the need to get the kids a professional. Not that he can afford it. Ugh, those kids have made him crazy money. He just prefers having them miss out on quality education and film because they were born to make money. Isn't it just the other day that they made a video yapping about being done having kids because apparently Savannah was having a hard time going to the pool with all 5 kids on her own?
I feel like right now in this moment, I can't like go to a pool with all the children by myself, which I'm not used to that. I feel like I can go anywhere by myself with all of my kids.
I'll talk as a husband. Savannah is super mom.
They also mentioned not having a nanny and whined about how they couldn't afford all the nannies in the world. You see, it's not just that Cole and Sav don't want to hire help, they have chosen not to because they don't want people in their home because they don't want anyone to know their true colors. Ironically, their personalities keep slipping out in their videos, so joke's on them. We know them inside and out. This isn't the first time Cole has been mediocre in something a professional would have easily solved. Still, in their recent video, they addressed why they're done having kids, and that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. They went on and on about Everleigh being in dance school and how hectic it is to pick and drop her off.
She was doing this prior to us slowing down here in Tennessee.
This is what she's always done.
This is what she's always done. So for us, it's like, and she loves it so much and she's so good at it. This is what she loves doing. So for me, it's like, I can't pull the reins on it when it's something that she's already so into. If she were 5 or 6, I feel like I could,
I would actually be really curious.
But she's already 11 and in it.
They also mentioned that her classes last from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends, and immediately people were like, no, that's not healthy for a kid, it's too much. Would you believe that they even mentioned how Everleigh's classes are a bit on the higher end and that they only let her keep doing it because she had started way back before they moved to Tennessee? Money! Of all the Labrant kids, Everleigh is clearly the money maker. They started filming the poor kid before they even got married. Everleigh is the one who brought in the millions, and yet they are reluctant about letting her do just the one thing that she loves. Instead, they're worried about money. Imagine publicly saying that had your daughter been younger, you would have killed her dream of ever being a dancer. Clearly, they never considered that Everleigh takes dance classes to stay away from their madness. She's probably done having a camera on her face from morning till nightfall. Cole Labrant just set a new low, and now he clearly doesn't have what it takes to homeschool the kids. Looks like turning their childhood into a full-blown circus for likes, views, and clout isn't already bad enough, because clearly Cole is the last person on earth who should have been responsible for anyone's education, let alone his own children's. I mean, can you even imagine what those kids might end up like after a few years of this? It's not just embarrassing, it's a downright tragedy in the making. Anyways, loves, what do you think about Cole's level of entitlement and gaslighting? Also, have you ever experienced a teacher who was so blinded by his ego that they'd rather lie than accept correction like Cole? There's always that one person who'd rather twist reality than accept that they are wrong. Please share your experience down below. Anyways, thanks for watching, and turn on your notification bells to get all the latest tea on these celebrities and influencers.